Hey guys, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Joshua.
I'm Lulu.
And I'm Paul.
And welcome to our first ever group session, our podcast. This is episode 1. We are currently social distancing, so we're all at home. We aren't even together, but we're on a Zoom call right now to get this podcast done. You know, we needed an outlet for all of our shenanigans and what we got to say and concerns, and what we got to say.
And
absolutely, man.
So, what have y'all been doing now during quarantine anyway?
So basically, what I've been doing is
Not quarantine, social distancing. Perhaps.
waking up, Netflixing. I just finished watching Money Heist. You know what it is. That is the only thing to watch on Netflix.
Oh snap! I've been meaning to watch season 4. Yeah.
Have you guys not watched season
Is
4?
it spicy?
Guys, I haven't even...
Nah, I watched up until season 3,
Man, I haven't
bruh.
even
It's
watched
spicy,
Money
you know?
Heist. I haven't even started,
Yo.
my dog. I really
Yeah,
want to
same.
start.
Yo, I
I want
was
to start,
feeling a
dog.
bit
I want to start
there.
today.
I was like,
Okay,
Oh,
bear with
yo,
me.
What is this world we live?
Don't
Money
be so
Heist is one of the
flabbergasted, my
best
guy.
series
Just bear
ever.
with me. I really want to watch it, but like,
How have you not watched Money Heist? Where do you live?
dog, I just...
Ukokai, wena.
Why you guys gotta do
We
like...
live in Johannesburg.
Nah, fam it. No, that series is top tier. And on my blog, season 3 came out. I still haven't seen it. I don't know if it's worth a watch though. I'm hearing some.
I think
like,
it's overrated.
Mixed. Hey, it is actually. Hey,
It really.
I mean, it's just.
It flopped. It didn't do the most.
Yo,
You guys
hate
are
to see it.
ridiculous.
You hate to see
Then
it.
again, I don't know what you're speaking
Wow.
about.
Josh is...
Okay.
Look, man, we've been social distancing and watching Netflix. I mean, I've just been doing nothing actually.
Eating,
And working.
sleeping. Eating, sleeping.
Oh yeah, we're coming out of this chubby for real.
Oh, my
for real.
word. Yo. When people see the actual video version
Yeah.
of this, has me wiling, bro. Wiling. Yo. Okay.
This guy's like, what you doing, fam? Like, I mean, personally, I've been missing the honeys. I've been
Facts.
missing seeing
Big
beautiful
facts.
women on the daily.
I can't complain.
I've been missing you, woman. You guys are inside.
What? Who are you missing?
I'm just speaking on behalf of men out here.
That's
Beautiful
what we're missing.
woman.
Beautiful woman.
Oh, you
That's
miss
what
me?
It is.
I miss you too.
Yeah.
Woo!
I mean, yeah.
Ah!
I'm missing your
Yo,
lives.
Lulu,
I'm missing
hey.
your lives.
You
Hey,
have
wow,
some.
I'm missing
Hey, said it with your
beautiful woman
chest.
inside all the time.
Sure. Imagine. Ha.
Yeah.
But I honestly like throughout this whole quarantine season, I've literally been
anyway,
relaxing, spending time playing FIFA, playing Call of Duty, bruh. Been just eating amounts of food and just
and don't forget leaving these
Facts.
girls on red.
Leave
This
them
guy
on
is
red.
Lethal, lethal, bruv. In quarantine.
we're lethal. We shouldn't be. I shouldn't have a phone. Hold on, we were
Lethal,
discussing
fam.
this yesterday, dog. I sent you a screenshot of a message I was having with someone. Actually, I'm gonna put the screenshot up. But I'm gonna cut the person's name out of it, dog.
I think I know about what you guys are talking about. That was very rude. It was very rude, honestly.
She knows, man. She
How
knows.
do
I
you
told
do
her,
that?
bruv. So basically,
Ah.
so basically, to put you guys in the loop, right? This girl sends the mandem a picture of herself. She thinks she's looking cute edit,
Really?
whatever's going on, some light there, whatever. And the mandem says, he puts there next with the yawning emoji.
I'm just saying, dog. If it
That
wasn't,
mandem
it wasn't hard,
lethal,
it wasn't
out
hard,
here,
bruh.
bruh.
Thank you.
Lethal. Nah,
Next.
you're wrong, fam. You're wrong.
Actually, hit her with that one.
Thank you. Next.
Guy. Sometimes
That's
it's just they have to
hectic,
put in their
Dude.
place.
Hey.
Like,
But look, the real question today is, I mean, it's even the title right now. Are we social distancing, right? Or are we distancing ourselves?
That's actually
socially?
a brilliant
It sounds
thing
deep,
to
but
actually,
it's really not.
talk about. Beautiful. Sounds deep.
It sounds deep, but it's really
and
not.
it is deep. Deeps.
Nah, but really it isn't. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, right? Yeah, we're social distancing ourselves. I mean, obviously, the government, like legally, we can't be outside. We legally can't. Listen, when I'm 70 years old, I'm going to be sitting outside and the grandkids are going to come outside and be like, grandfather, why do you like sitting outside so much? And I'm going to be like, at one point, this was illegal. This was illegal to sit outside.
Wow.
That's why I like sitting
the
outside.
previous generations went through like World War One, World War Two, like apartheid, colonization.
Yo, bro. Yeah, I thought we were going to go through this with
having
ease,
to be inside with like Netflix, dog. Them niggas didn't have.
Exactly. Like, what are we gonna say?
Yeah, I like.
Exactly. Like, it's like, imagine
Actually, we
our
actually don't have much to
grandparents-
complain about, really, eh?
Our grandparents are finna be like, there were bombs outside.
Yeah.
People didn't like us because of our skin color. And what are we saying? We're like, no, we had to stay inside. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad.
A cough tried to take us out. A cough. A cough.
Really ate.
bruh. A cough was taking
Man
people
went,
out.
and it was an
One
issue, dog.
by one.
Man just coughed once.
An issue, bro.
An issue.
I can't go to the store no more and cough, bro.
If you have some cough sitting here, you better
Dog.
swallow it.
And the craziest
Like
thing
that,
I've
really.
seen
Ew.
is that literally since they had the ban on like alcohol and cigarettes, we don't condone those things on this podcast. Not at all. Not at all. Never. Absolutely not.
No, we
But
don't. No, we don't.
according to someone who had told me through the grapevine, they had told me that apparently, hypothetically, people are illegally selling cigarettes, dog. So I don't really know, but if you need to connect, just keep your
That's
eyes
wild
open,
out
keep your
here,
ears to the
bruh.
streets. You'll hear some
Nah,
stuff.
nah,
man.
nah, about that life, bro. That's
And then you
just
start
wild,
coughing,
nah.
dog, and you're next to a cop. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Are they
facts,
gonna
man.
arrest you, dog? If they find you outside and you start coughing, what happens?
Hey, you must get some cough drops or something
Cough
like
drops, dog. Cough drops. I don't think that's a thing, dog. I think you only get like eye drops. I don't think you get cough drops, bruh.
That's it, cough drops.
Cough drops.
that. No, actually, let's put up a picture of cough drops because there is cough drops.
Are
I'm
they?
gonna
Yes.
That time I'm spelling
I
cough.
know, only in your dreams, babe.
She's spelling cough C-O-F.
Yeah, I only thought there was cough syrup.
Can't spell. Sure.
That's a cough.
Hey,
It's
man,
cough,
I
cough.
haven't been in school in a minute, dog. Ever since quarantine
Wow,
shut down, like
wow.
we haven't had like uni in like so long. It's been crazy.
And listen to Josh's story. What happened now with your teachers now in Zoom?
Now we're actually doing calls like classrooms over Zoom now.
Imagine.
Your scheduled calls. So you imagine they in my space.
What?
In my
I
room.
graduated at the right time.
Yo, imagine now I'm gonna sit here at home with my toes out, and now I'm gonna listen.
But
Man,
I'm
just
wondering,
don't you
complaining,
I'm wondering,
bro?
okay, as much as that can be like inconvenient and everything, I'm wondering like how about the people who are like they don't even have Wi-Fi at home? Like you go to a government school and you don't even have access to a phone. So like how are they going to study, especially the matrics? I mean, at the end of the year, we're all writing
Facts.
finals, regardless if you have Wi-Fi
Definitely.
or not. So like how is this self-isolation thing actually affecting people's school lives, especially the underprivileged?
I think it as a
Actually.
whole.
like, you know,
I was just saying that as a whole, that Alucci, just going on what you were saying, as a whole, in terms of like education, like it's taken a huge knock from universities and schools because they're going to have to do online classes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
matrics of now 2020 might end up, depending on whether or not this lockdown is extended or not, they're losing a lot of valuable time. Like, you know, those people might not be able to even write their exams. Like, if they don't write matric exams, then you need to understand that once it gets
Yeah.
to next year, they're going to have to repeat, which now takes a whole year out of their lives. Either they express ship them through matric or they repeat matric.
And honestly, the nature of the virus is it's unpredictable, so we don't know actually when we're gonna go like back. We're just trying to get we're hearing from government and they're pushing it up, and we don't know.
Look, the lower class will always take the biggest hit, right?
And the
Obviously.
sad thing about it is, it's the people from higher incomes who are traveling overseas who bring it into the country, and they will get private healthcare, and But
Look at us
the
boys
poorer
thinking the
people,
facts, bruh.
the poorer people are gonna
That's
take
true.
the biggest hit.
Yo, I never
Yo,
actually thought about
snap.
it like that. Wait, see that is facts.
Yo,
Those are
same.
deep facts.
This is the
Because
first
if you
time
think
I'm
about
hearing
it,
that.
somebody who lives like in the rural areas, they don't have the money to fly to Italy.
Definitely.
So they actually didn't fetch the disease. The disease fetched them.
Imagine
Like
getting a disease.
it's gay.
Imagine getting a disease from a country you've never even traveled to,
It's
dog.
not a laughing
Imagine
situation, guys. This is
getting a
not-
disease
Imagine.
that you didn't.
Yo.
I saw this
Yo,
other
bro,
meme.
you haven't even seen that country.
You don't even have a
bro.
passport.
There was this
visa,
meme. It was
nothing,
like,
dog. No,
imagine getting a disease from from a different country and you don't even have a passport.
exactly.
Yeah. Imagine.
Exactly.
That's it, secure. You are getting
Okay.
stamped not with the border security, but with a coronavirus.
Absolutely.
Nah, but this is not a laughing matter. You're
Okay,
wrong
let's
for
actually-
this. You're
Yeah,
wrong for this. This is
honestly.
not.
But
a
guys, I actually got
laughing
something I
matter,
want to
bro.
share with you
This is
guys.
a serious matter,
Just something
you know.
I read earlier today. One of my
Yeah.
good mates put out just like something on his status, and he was speaking about it. And
Oh, I saw that.
First
I
of all, they
saw
were
that,
saying
I
that the
saw
national
that.
lockdown is first of all likely to be extended. This was on the Citizen, and it was in the projections of a U.S. consultancy firm. It reports that South Africa's COVID-19 cases may only peak by June, making it feasible that lockdown would end in August.
Oh yeah. I saw
And
that. I saw that.
one of my good friends, Wano, he literally just sorry about that. Go back to my camera so that we can all be good. Sure, guys. Issues of opening Tinder by accident. So, he was just like, it's a bit. So, anyways, bear with me, guys.
Yo, he's so secure
Please,
and he's in
Okay,
quarantine,
bear with me.
bro.
So he said,
Yo.
he was just like, let me go back here. Ooh, this is actually some good stuff. So he was like, I don't know how far this message will go, but I personally would not trust a US firm to advise a country that is clearly handling the pandemic much better than the United States itself. The US always have their own intentions. They have 300,000 cases, and despite the access to information that aside, citizens are showing even more ignorance than citizens here. Like that, and their politicians are politicizing their disease. And then he was going on to say that the exchange rate is almost nearing at 20 rand to the dollar. First of all, that's insane. And that nothing favorable is, happening for anyone who's importing like South Africa. And that everyone took it as a joke when we mocked the Chinese when it was raving in China and having to have their lockdowns extended. Well, meanwhile, something tells me tells him that they don't want others returning back to normal, as if they can't as well yet. Then he said this last thing. It was just like in regards to just this is the same United States with thousands of charities across Africa and more military operations in sub-Saharan Africa than sub-Saharan African nations themselves. If you're in a pit and I put my hand out to you, I look like I'm trying to help you in your own eyes, but you can't see the ladders and ropes behind me I'm not willing to use to save you. That was such a hectic, statement just in itself. So I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yo, that's deep. Damn, that's very deep. Yeah. I think it's true. Hey, like honestly, if you think about it, like even from a historical point of view, Americans always have their own intentions. Like it's just they always want to do something. Like it looks like they're helping us sharp, but it's like they're giving us. I don't know. It's like they offer us 10 rand, but they have 1K to like. You get what I'm saying?
That's true. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Well, look, we don't know the intentions, of anybody. I mean, there's loads of theories going around as to who caused this and why it was caused and etc. But really, the best thing to do right now really is obviously isolate ourselves and again think about the greater good. I think so many people are putting the energy towards who started this.
Yeah, the blame game,
Yeah, the blame
And
game.
I think every country at this point just needs to take, and like us as citizens as well, just need to take responsibility and just adhere to
Absolutely.
the restrictions and the measures put in place by our governments, because it's only actually to help everyone. The government's only trying to help the citizens.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to take a community and it's going to take all of us together, working together for the greater good. you know I spoke about altruism the other day, and the definition for that is more like it's giving of yourself to other people without concern about yourself and your feelings, or yourself. So I think we need to practice that at this point and give of ourselves to others, and not have this mindset of self-preservation, because it's a very Western world mentality of
Absolutely.
self-preservation. Like, you know what, I'm gonna take so many toilet rolls, but like, for you and your family, but and then the woman behind you that has a child doesn't even have toilet roll.
And you know what I found was how South Africa specifically went into lockdown about a week or two, about a week and a half before month end. And what stood out to me was that, the middle class and like richer people had money to buy groceries before going into lockdown. They bought all the toilet paper, all the sanitizers, whatever, but not keeping in mind that the lower class needs to also have those same things, but they do not have access to a credit card to buy immediately,
Sure,
or
sure.
in the money immediately. So by the time
Sure.
they get it in like a week and a half or 2 weeks,
There's no
then
groceries.
there's nothing on the market left.
Yeah,
They
the
have to
resources
make
are
up for that.
limited.
That's what I think the government was saying, how at this
Yeah,
past
look,
week, considering
sure.
that the all social grants and stuff, they told people to avoid going to the shops that week because it's not corona, guys, don't worry. But he was saying how within this week, those people are people who are, I don't know, elderly or disabled. Those are the people who need to actually be able to go get those their groceries, and they're only receiving their grants like now, and they only got like what I think a 500 rand increase on their grants, which I don't think really helps enough. But in a
Yeah.
household, I think where you've got many kids, you're a father, you're past a certain age, when you're picking up your pension, not your pension, when you're picking up your social grant, I think you actually make a good fair enough to actually get by during quarantine. But one of the things I've actually seen in the midst of this quarantine is the fact that
Yeah.
it's unraveled a whole bunch of things that were hidden, like the issues around poverty within South Africa, and the fact that we lack resources for
Yes.
or healthcare or a strong economy. Like, there are a lot of things that are actually being proven to us now during the stage, and let alone what's happening around us, even within ourselves. In the fact that we're having to be in quarantine, we're now having to, sit with ourselves and ask ourselves some heavy, difficult questions, and really come to grips with who we are and and our family as well.
Yes, yes. Look, Corona doesn't care about how big your house is, or how many cars you have, or, how much money you have really in your bank account. This is a time where people are really starting to see what's important, and light is being shed upon what really is important during this time, which is, our families, that our health. Health is wealth has a whole different definition type of thing right now. It's like the light is, it has a whole new meaning to it right now, because health is wealth at this point, and all that matters is really our health and our family, and that our friends are good, not how big our house is, or what car we drive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I was talking to my brother
it's really putting things back into
yesterday,
perspective.
and he was like, we were talking, and he was just like, we were talking to each other, and we were talking about like money, and then like we just started speaking about how now, like, even if you have so much money, like, it doesn't matter how rich you are, the fact is you can't go anywhere, you have to stay at home. Even if you can afford to eat out every single day for the rest of your life, during this time your mom will make food for you, and you'll eat, and you'll have to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just now, right now, we all,
these cooking skills have been put to the test.
we're at the same level right now, and it's just like, it just made me think, like, Vele, does money actually mean anything? Because when it comes down to like real issues, where's, like, if I get corona and no one has a cure, If I die, I die. No matter how much money I have, it's game over.
Yeah.
Just put me in your will, please.
Like a money there,
Yeah,
boys.
you
Oh
know,
my
we're securing
word.
the bag, but no, but
Light is being shed upon what's really important right now. And I think that's great. I mean, there has been good that has come out of this. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, look, we just thank God
Absolutely,
that we're
man.
safe. Thank God that we have a home. Thank God that we even have money to be able to afford food right now during this time where
Exactly.
we don't go to work, where where we aren't at work. And some people are really stuck between if they'll even they have a job when they get back, or they don't. When this thing's over, will they even have a job to go
Yeah.
to?
I
I mean,
mean,
so many
yeah,
business
like
closed.
so many
Shut
industries are
down.
being like hit by this, and yeah, and it's just like the smaller businesses, that run based on like every month. They don't have like a lot of extra income that they could say, okay, yeah, hand it out.
Yeah.
So they basically, what comes in this month is what they used to pay the employees, and now this month they didn't work, so they obviously didn't get income. And a lot of businesses are gonna have to unfortunately close down, and that's
There's a lot of
the
design
sad
agencies
reality.
that are actually having a huge like knock currently because first of all, it's very difficult for them to pay like 800 or upwards employees. Like for example, I think Ogilvy has like oh yeah, we can't be dropping names like this, but I mean, um, Ogilvy has a whole bunch of people who are employed to them. Employees, okay, that's what we're going to call them. Chief, okay, but employees. And now, when there's that many people, you have to
Yeah.
manage finances for that many people. You have to make sure those guys get paid, make sure that tax gets done. You have to make sure that you pay for your lease, everything, tax as well for your business tax, all that stuff. Handle clients. It gets really really messy.
Yeah.
Whereas now clients are looking for smaller agencies or freelancers to actually take those jobs because right now during quarantine we are the only ones who can actually sit behind our PCs and our computers and get work done. So we're taking a lot of jobs from really big
Facts.
agencies. So I really think it's now is a time for creatives as a whole. If you're painting, if you're doing motion, if you're doing anything, just online
Yeah.
is the place to be right now because considering the fact that everyone's at home and everyone's probably going to be online, this is where you need to be going. So that's just my golden nugget, just my gift to you guys.
That's
And I
true.
mean, look, the great thing about the internet right now is we have this place of expression, and we still feel somewhat connected because we have social media. And like I was saying now to someone the other day that I'm so blessed to have a job where my life doesn't revolve going to a nine
Absolutely,
to
man.
five. You know what I'm saying? Um, I work wherever I want to, and it's online. So I'm really blessed to be in that position, and now not everybody
Mm.
is in that position and all. Yo, I've been wanting to say something for the longest time, but I'm just waiting for you to come back to me, man. Back to me. Yo,
I thought you were about to get emotional
what
on
was I
us. I
gonna
was
say?
about to wait for like I was gonna be like, you okay? Man's about to go deep.
Like, hey, bro, my girl broke up with me during this time. She said she can't handle the
She can't
distance.
handle the
But I
distance.
was also thinking, if we looked,
Oh my word. Yes, Josh, you're saying?
Nah, bro.
but I was also thinking, if we go like back to, say it was like 60 years
Mm.
ago, 70 years ago, and the power of technology and online
Mm.
in this time, the fact that we imagine not having technology and having to deal with such
Mm-hmm.
a pandemic, and
Not even knowing the
Man, it
news,
would be
fam.
just dookie, the whole thing, dog. It's just faulty.
yeah, but literally, if we didn't have technology, the world will have to come to us like basically a stop. Now we are still able to get certain work done, and say if it was within
Mm.
design or certain industries are still being able to have meetings online, um, share documents, all those things. But if you date back, it was actually everything was done physically and on paper and in contact. Even advertising was done by word of mouth, you know?
Yeah. And look, my thing is, lately I've been thinking about how we need to be asked, so many people are searching for
That's
answers
so
right
true.
now. And they, it's so important that we ask the right questions, right? So, you know, you can't, like the thing is, the right questions most people might ask, why is this happening? And when will this stop? But in order for us to find purpose and meaning during this time, we have to ask ourselves, who are we becoming during this time? Yes, it's a difficult time for everybody, but I think the worst thing could be if we come out of this unchanged, like nobody's changed coming out of this whole pandemic and this crisis, and nobody's changed. So it's so important that we take our time to invest into ourselves and our bonds with our family. I mean, like just, read a book, bro. Like, when last has some of y'all read a book, picked up a book? And I'm not talking just
No,
fiction.
do
No, no, no.
something that's
I'm
helping you.
talking
That's
about an
exactly,
educational book that's putting you exactly some game, some fiction's more like you can find, yes, you can learn from it, but it's more like your
definitely.
relaxing time. But I'm talking about your education, finances. Read some books on finances, read some books on spirituality, read some books on, yeah,
Actually,
listen
speaking
to a
about that, I
podcast.
actually started reading a book this week um, on finances. And you know what? I thought, instead of just like sitting on social media, which is good, but at the same time, it can also be consuming, to read a book, to still be able to better yourself in this time, because it's still your life at the end of the day, and having all this time pass by without really learning something, yeah.
Yeah, look, you're right. we need to we need to be putting ourselves in game, like, listen to a podcast, listen to a sermon, read your Bible, pray. And I mean, yeah, look, use this time wisely. I mean, that someone's saying how crisis is the incubator for innovation. So during this time, there's gonna be some big ideas that come out. I mean, dude, the minute we get out of this, the world's gonna be a total different.
I mean, the amount of creativity that's going to come out of here. I think this also forced us, a lot of industries, to be creative and think, how are they going to still host their meetings, how are they still going to, and that's like within strategizing according to the circumstances. And it's forcing creativity. And I think not only in that industry, but in also um, other industries, like, say, for instance, music and things like that, what kind of great things are going to come out.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was reading this book.
And
I think it was um, the Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's an absolutely brilliant book for you to read, and I would recommend it 100%. Um, and one of the quotes from the book, he was saying that I think it really struck me in terms of like just where it was coming from and how it related in terms of just us as human beings. He was saying, appear weak when you're strong, and strong when you are weak. And I loved that, just that quote, that little bite out of the book, because first of all, we get when we get into positions of power, or positions that are higher in this somewhat social hierarchy or whatever, we seem like it all gets to our heads, we all feel strong and whatever. And right now in our time, where you might be privileged enough to have Wi-Fi, to have this, to have that, or whatever, it just, I kind of feel as if you still need to be somewhat grounded
yes,
to the point that you
yes,
consider other people, so that you're still thinking that there are other people who don't have those
yes.
things. so that you're actually understanding what you have and the value that it holds. Because if you don't really understand the value of what you have, chances are when you lose it, you won't really know what you've lost.
Yes, yes. Look, so basically, yeah, it's just, important that we consider others during this time. And I hope as you guys are listening to this podcast that you're encouraged to please check up on your family and, just make sure everybody is good. Please stay at home. Only go out if you really need to. And just stay at home because this is how it's going to be under control and under wraps. But yeah, please just do your best on behalf of the rest right now. Yeah, and by the way, if you guys haven't heard, Lucci for a while her electricity went off.
And now that
while
we
we're
are
recording.
social distancing, obviously
Yo,
she's not.
that's
We're all in
deep,
different places,
bruh.
so
But look, man, we keep at it. We
We
keep
keep
at
it
it.
going.
We
You
keep
know, it
going,
was
man.
crazy the other day.
this
I
is South
saw
Africa, baby.
before this coronavirus.
Yeah.
I think when it started, the coronavirus thing, Skepta put out a tweet, and I feel like this tweet needs to be heard by everyone. Like, I'll put up the tweet now, and it says,
Facts.
"Leave the house only if necessary. Complete the mission and get back into the house." Facts, straight.
Yo, it's so relevant right now. He said it years back, bro.
Nah, man, he said that
years
actually,
back, bro.
right, man.
Before
It
this
was
whole
2015, dog.
Yeah, man, he said this a long
2015,
time ago,
dog.
man. He said this a long time ago. Well, look, so guys, listen up. We have, if you haven't come from our Instagram, then you won't know that we have actually an Instagram. So hit us up on Instagram at the Group Sessions Pod, where all our content is being posted. You're able to listen to this on iTunes Podcast, Spotify as well, and even our YouTube. Just make sure you tune in, share this with a friend, to get involved in this conversation, but also follow us
Definitely.
on Twitter at Group Sessions and hit us up there as well. And comment, engage with us
Tweet
as
us,
well.
comment on anything we've spoken about in this podcast.
Yeah.
And you will also find on our Group Sessions Pod Instagram, you'll find all our personal Instagram pages in the bio.
Yeah, no, you'll find our personal pages there. But yeah, just engage with us. Hashtag the Group Sessions. Let us know what you're thinking, what's your opinion on this topic. Also, let us know what have you been doing now during quarantine as well, while you're social distancing from everybody else. Let us know what you've been up to. We're very interested in that. We just want to engage with you as well during this time and really feel like a community, because we're the group. Join the group.
And
Join
on a
the
serious note, I think we just need to all adhere to the measures put in place by our
please.
government and our authorities, and because we really need to adhere to it to.
But I don't think you guys need
Yeah,
to stress
please, guys,
too
please,
hard.
guys,
I
don't-
think when
don't
you're
try to be a
inside,
rebel.
just put on some Drake, put on some 2C slide, wear some slides, some Adidas slides, just you gotta hit
Facts,
it, bro. The
bro.
2C slide. 2C slide one
slide
time.
around the house, bro.
With 2C
You know what I'm
sliding,
saying,
bro.
fam?
Either way, I'm about to slide.
Yo, bro. Yo, I can't
It's
stop
Tootsie,
hearing
bruh.
Tootsie, bro.
It's 2C, bro.
Tootsie
2C
slide.
slide, bro.
Tootsie slide. Look, anyway, just do your thing. Do your thing at home.
Anyway, it's been Joshua.
And I'm Caleb.
Paul, and we're signing out. May you guys.
And I'm a Lucy. I'm a Lucy.
Alicia in the absence.
And yeah, we speak for her right now. But
Facts.
we love y'all. We love y'all. Join us every single Friday for a new, brand spanking new episode.
We love you.
Love y'all. Thanks for joining the group and being a part
Bless
of this,
up.
man. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye.